how beautiful you are.
Hello and welcome. I'm Poplar Ponderosa, and today we're going to be playing City Planner Plays Community Build-Off, based on the Elba, Italy map made by CPP himself. I'm not going to go over all of the rules made for this. If you are curious about them and you don't know them, you can go check out his video. I will link it in the description. It's fairly short, so it's very straight to the point. But essentially, I'm going to be joining the modded category. So I have already set up the Magnolia County mod set that is deemed as appropriate for this build-off, and I've downloaded the map and I've got that ready to go. I am going to play on easy mode so that I get lots of money, because there's specific things that I want to build. We'll get the Elba, Italy map here. You can see it's a European theme, it's nice and sunny. And we only have 3% buildable area and a few outside connections and some resources. I am going to name my city Ile de Fil. We're not going to do left-hand traffic or disasters. I will unlock all. I am allowed to do that. I can't play with unlimited money or unlock all the map tiles. So let's get started, shall we? And here we are in Elba, Italy. This is a scaled down version of Elba, so we have smaller buildable areas to deal with. You can see there are a few here, mainly in the center of the island. They're easier to see when you can see the topography. Let's just turn on contour lines here. So you can see one buildable area here. That's the largest. That's probably where our largest city will be. There is this area over here with a few buildable spots and a port that looks like it could be modified, or a harbor rather. We have another small buildable area here and some space over here. I have an idea for what to do with that. Now, one of the very first things I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and purchase the rest of the map tiles. They will not have an upkeep, because they are within the first 9 tiles that we will own. However, they will cost us just under $1 million here, which is fine. We've got $33.5 million because we're playing on easy mode and we've unlocked all, so all the milestones are accomplished and we received all the money for those. So let's go ahead and purchase. Let's go ahead and look at this area. This is where I'm going to start my build. He does have the road leading into this area, so that is where I'm going to start. I will be making several towns and connecting them, or at least that is my plan. Now, this area is, I've noticed, quite low. And I know Phil was saying to respect the topography, but I'm going to make a quick adjustment for the sake of some things down the road, and I'm going to set my elevation to 6 meters. And I'm going to try and keep as much of the shape here as possible. think I finished my aqueduct. I'm waiting for water levels to drop down because I had a source in there that was just a little too strong. I was concerned about that. I have a few areas that aren't quite perfect. I'm going to try and not smooth those, but level them out as I go, because I will be doing some more work in this area. So we're not done with that yet, but I wanted to get this frame down for what comes next. Let's quickly just make a beach here. Now, the next part of the build will actually be based off this line here on the aqueduct. So I'm going to go ahead and start building that. These two roads make nice and snug up against the aqueduct. I'm going to try and sneak a wall in there at some point. That's looking pretty good. Okay, so I finally have my road in here that I want to make a couple of adjustments to it. For example, I want a nice grass boulevard down the middle. I'll put my own trees in it. I also want to upgrade these roads. I have a key wall on one side. And of course it's going to make me have to put my grass boulevard back in. Okay, now we have a pretty decent road network set up for us. This is mainly just in the flat area, so I think at some point I'm going to need to go into hills, but I think it makes the most sense to develop these flat areas first and then start to work up. I do have some ideas of things to put up in hills. Okay, so the first roundabout I'm going to put down is going to be a medium roundabout with trees and bushes. I think I'll put another one there. Then I'm going to put two small roundabouts with mosaics right there. And I will need another one over here. Yeah, I think that's a good one there. One more here. If this was one big intersection, that might actually be better. Wonder if I can do that. Now that is quite interesting. Kind of liking how that's working out. Makes for some awkward angles, but also very interesting. So, first thing that I'm going to put down, and this is kind of going to be the centerpiece of this whole place, that will be Mediterranean Heritage train station. So I will indeed have trains on this island. They will go off that way to other buildable areas. I'm going to leave it as this size. I'm not going to add extra tracks. It doesn't really need them. We're not going to have that many lines, but I will add the train shed, the decorative glass and iron shed, because it's beautiful. Next, I want to put in cemetery. I've made this nice, perfect spot here, although it's not totally perfect because I put in those roundabouts. However, we'll just put on anarchy and maybe see how much room we have to move it back. Looks like we have a little bit of room. There we go. So we've got those trees away from the corner, and how's it looking back here? It's good. It's fine. Now this does have upgrades. We don't really need the temple. Ooh, this could be good somewhere. What's our range on this? That's tempting to put somewhere. I'm gonna come back to that thought. Maybe I'll place it down as a reminder to myself. And then also a mausoleum. I think we can get that in somewhere, so let's maybe put that in as well. Those will kind of be just reminders for us to use them. I think they look like they will fit this build quite well. Next, I want to put in I think it's a Mediterranean City Hall. Let's see if we can find it, shall we? Ah, no, it's the French City Hall. Excuse me. And I'm going to try and center it right here. Looks like I'll have to turn off snapping to do that. And let's see what upgrades we have for it. Oh yeah, that'll do well. I think later I will come through and I will maybe remove, for example, this edge, and we'll move the surfaces out, maybe replace the surface, and we'll put our own hedge right up to the edges there. I think for police, I'm going to choose what I have. Mediterranean Heritage. I think this is a good spot here. And I might even add the extra buildings. Yes, I'm going to. And when I do that, what I can do, I can actually go in and add a pedestrian road because they will use it. And let's see, how close to this building can I get? Next I want to add a hospital, and I think we have, is it the French one I'm after? French Medical Center or the French Hospital? Yes, the French Hospital. And I think there's a good spot for it back here. If I can get it to pop in there. Yeah, right there. Now I will have to adjust this road. I pop this down with anarchy. If I make that a lane, that fits really well. I do like the foliage, but I might put in the upgrade just because I do want to have some significant amount of massing. I think I am going to come through and upgrade a lot of these roads with street trees, so we will get some foliage back in. In terms of fire, we have a few options. We have the French firehouse, which I think I actually want to put one back here because it looks like it might work nicely over here. I'll go with that for now. Later I might add the other upgrades. The French fire station could be a nice fit somewhere. Turn off anarchy. Because I have one way over in this corner. It might be nice to have some coverage over here too. And let's see what kind of upgrades we have for it. Might rotate this. Looks like it should have something on that edge, so it should actually be somewhere maybe like on the corner. That might be a good spot for it. I'll have to put up something up beside it there. And on this side as well. I'm wondering if the French death care would be a nice addition beside here. Though it does tuck in nicely against the back there. I'm going to put that there for now. See if I can find a building to go in the corner here. Okay, I'm going to continue placing down some signature buildings here. There we go, that's a nice block there. Let's go with a small pedestrian street. Now we're into commercial buildings. The European garden is one that I want to use, and I think I'm going to place it somewhere behind here for now. Kind of looks like a nice hotel back there behind the city hall. Now Ludo Square is one that actually doesn't look too bad in here. It's not quite Mediterranean, but it does feel kind of European, a little bit more modern. I kind of like it there, so let's put it there for now, and we'll see how these blocks fill up. Le Cow Gastronomique. I don't know if I said that right. That's one that I also want to use. I think I'm going to put it down somewhere in here. You know what I might do, actually? I'm starting to think about how this roundabout is impacting these blocks. And I might do something with a parking road in here. There we go, and I think that's just going to make a couple, maybe little parks or something. I think that gives us an opportunity to make these some nicer blocks. Let's go back to our signature buildings. For example, we can now pop that on the corner very nicely. And Café de Paris. Let's also put this in here somewhere. Maybe... put it in this block. I'll put it there for now. Let's see what we can find within each pack. French pack, we get one, and it is a very special one. I'm wondering where I can put it. It almost fits in one of these blocks. And it almost has like a bit of like an old warehouse feel. Like it used to be a warehouse and then it was converted into a theater. I might move this over. And I'm going to put it down there for now. And then if we turn on the French pack, we've got this really interesting building here. I think I might pop this in somewhere. Ooh, it almost fits in there. Block is a bit small for it, so I don't think that's the appropriate spot. This might be the spot, actually. Yeah. I think that's the spot. I feel like it matches the roundabout. Need something on this corner that's gonna fit. How big is that spot? 3 by 3. Let's see what we can find. So I went with this French residential medium corner, level 1, and medium density housing. I'm going to push it back away from the corner. Now it's tight against that wall. We'll do some detailing and some surface work later, but that brings the door away from the corner. It's still a little tight, but I don't mind. And there is at least one more important building I do want to put in here, and that is going to be the Notre Dame. I feel like this town needs a church. And let's see if we can fit it in. I'm going to put it up on a promontory. Maybe let's set it even further back and make a little pad for it. I'm absolutely respecting the topography here when I do this, but I think it's worth it. Alright, we've got a pretty good start so far, so I'm going to step into a time-lapse mode and leave you with some music. So please enjoy, and I will see you at the end.
Monday morning blues. I open my eyes and I'm greeted by a cute little smile. The world is new with you by my side. Everything is beautiful. Tuesday afternoon, I'm calling you home just to hear your voice on the phone. I think of you and I'm not alone. You are everything under the sky so blue. I found my piece of heaven, spending my days with you. You are my piece of heaven. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, life is a bliss. Waking up with you in my arms, I've got it all, and nothing's amiss. Everything is beautiful. Sunday morning snooze with breakfast in bed, and I listen to the song in my head. It sings of you and the things that you do, 'cause you're everything under the sky so blue. I found my piece of heaven, spending my days with you. You are my piece of heaven. Under the sky so blue, I found my piece of heaven, spending my days with you. You are my piece of heaven. You are my piece of heaven. Yeah, you are my piece of heaven. Baby, visit the sunset. Baby, visit the sunset. Our hands are tied together, tightly wrapped around each other. Baby, visit the sunset. And we don't care much about tomorrow, and it's okay. Baby, don't you know that it's over? tomorrow, and it's okay. Oh baby, don't you know that it's over? You know we gotta make it out alive. Baby, don't you know that it's over? Oh baby, watching the sun go down. We have known each other for a long, long time. Baby, don't you know that it's over? You know we're gonna make it out alive. Baby, don't you know that it's over? Oh baby, baby, don't you know that it's over? Oh baby. I used to look upon myself as rational and strong, and love was just a word in silly songs. But from that cursed day when you crossed my way, all my confidence was gone. I'm bewitched, bewildered, and utterly alone. And something's telling me it always will be you until the end of my days. And in my dreams I see how I finally find a way to show you how I long for your touch, knowing I'd be asking for much to get to have you in my arms, in my life, if only for a while. But something's telling me I am but a fool, 'cause that beautiful face will not ever be smiling at me, and you won't say all those little words I am longing to hear, those whispers at night, 'cause I fear some things are just never meant to be. Your love is not for me. You'll never know I'd die for your touch. I know too well I'm asking too much to get to have you in my arms, in my life, if only for one night. There's no need telling me I am but a fool, 'cause your beautiful face will not ever be smiling for me, and you won't say all those little words I am longing to hear, those whispers at night. But it's clear some things are just never meant to be. My fate is dreams of you and sheer fantasy, knowing it is plain to see your love is not for me.
Alright, I think this is a good place to end this episode now that we have a good road layout and some main buildings plopped down. but there's still lots to do. I'm really happy with how the canal is looking so far, and we have a parking situation that we really need to deal with. In the next episode, we'll start designing our parks and plazas. I'll also show you the beginning of the port and industry builds that support the city. I'll also build crazy roads that wind around the coast and over the mountain to connect the port to the city itself. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and happy building.